I'm running out of time. Is Cullum more than a colleague, or is he some kind of threat?
I did something to protect you, and it's come back to haunt me.
And if it costs me my relationship with my father, so be it.
My mom's house is the last place you should be.
General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, March 10th, 2026. The tension begins at Bobbie's, where a calculated game of cat and mouse unfolds between Carly Spencer and the enigmatic Jack Brennan. Carly is once again forced to lean into her talent for manipulation as she maintains a facade of ignorance regarding Ross Cullum. Despite already knowing that Cullum is operating as a double agent, Carly must act blindsided when Brennan delivers troubling news about the man's true allegiances. The situation becomes physically uncomfortable when Cullum himself strolls into the restaurant to place an order, forcing Carly to maintain her composure while standing between two men who are essentially playing a deadly game of chess. Carly's primary objective remains protecting her inner circle, but with Brennan breathing down her neck and demanding transparency she isn't willing to give, her safety net is beginning to fray. Across town, the weight of the past is finally crushing Nina Reeves. In a moment of raw vulnerability, Nina makes a disturbing admission to Willow Tait. Nina confesses that a previous attempt to shield Willow from harm has backfired spectacularly, leaving them both vulnerable to Brennan's machinations. The protection Nina once provided, likely involving the suppression of traffic cam footage, has now become the very leverage Brennan is using to squeeze her for information on Charlotte Cassadine. Willow, unaware of the full scope of the danger, may push Nina to simply do what is right, but Nina understands the grim reality. Brennan isn't looking for justice. He's looking for a target. The realization that Charlotte Cassadine is being used as a pawn in this intelligence gathering only adds to Nina's moral crisis. In the shadows, the situation for Britt Westbourne is reaching a critical fever pitch. Tucked away in a secret hideout with Jason Morgan, Britt finally lets the mask of professional stoicism slip. She is currently trapped in a brutal time crunch, needing to complete a project while her own health hangs in the balance. Britt's panic is palpable as she confesses to Jason that she is running out of time to secure a specific medication dose. Jason, ever the protector, is forced to consider high-risk maneuvers to save her. This may involve a covert infiltration of Windermere to bypass the bureaucratic and criminal red tape currently blocking Britt's access to life-saving treatment. While Jason plots his move, Marco Rios is facing his own terrors. Marco has pledged his loyalty to Lucas Jones, promising to steal Britt's medicine for reverse engineering, even if it means destroying his relationship with Jenz Sidwell. However, by Tuesday, Marco will find a terrifying reason to doubt his safety, fearing that Sidwell has already sniffed out his betrayal. The Quartermain and Corinthos households are not immune to the day's chaos. Alexis Davis finds herself at odds with Willow over Scout's living arrangements. While Alexis wants the young girl to stay grounded at her home, Willow argues that Scout needs to be closer to Drew Kane to aid in his recovery. Alexis, possessing a sharp legal mind and a grandmother's intuition, suspects that Willow isn't being entirely honest. She senses an external pressure, likely from Sidwell, influencing Willow's sudden urgency to move the child. Meanwhile, the younger generation is getting caught in the crossfire. Jocelyn Jacks takes on a protective role as she intercepts Danny Morgan. Realizing that Danny has been using Carly's property as a staging ground for secret reunions between Charlotte and Valentin, Jocelyn issues a stern warning. She makes it clear that with Brennan and his associates lurking, Carly's house is currently the most dangerous place in Port Charles for a teenager with secrets. As Tuesday progresses, the various threads of deception converge. Whether it is Michael and Jacinda trying to handle a persistent Christina, or Carly demanding to know if Cullum is a colleague or a lethal threat, the residents of Port Charles are all standing on shaky ground. By the end of the episode, the alliances that seemed solid on Monday may be nothing more than dust.